ready to easily challenge the Blacksite Lounge, Glass Cannon, weaker Medkits, and Explosive Revenge. It's Glass Cannon, which means that we've got Fi7s that are a bit too powerful, but in exchange we've got less health, or what is effectively less health. So that could be either slightly problematic, or really problematic. But regardless, hopefully weaker Medkits will mitigate some of that. And then finally there's Explosive Revenge, which doesn't matter until it does. And that's really the only way to describe it, so we're just gonna go through here. And we're just going to hopefully not get shot all that much. We're gonna go through here, and then we're just gonna run through here, which seems relatively simple so far, but we're gonna wait for that first, actually. And then we're gonna clear the units. Then we're gonna start clearing the remaining units. We're gonna clear all of that. Then we're gonna go through here, which I suppose is fine. And well, right now there aren't any more guards, so that's quite simple. And we're just gonna go over here, we're gonna place a breaching charge, and we're just gonna wait a bit. Just go, right then, sure. So we'll follow behind, and well, hopefully, Glass Cannon and the whole weaker Medkits part won't be too problematic later on, in the sense that it's weaker Medkits, which is great and all, but it's still weaker Medkits, so hopefully we won't have to heal up too quickly, but I suppose it's alright, and maybe it won't be Cell A or Cell B, and instead Cell C or Cell D, which would be quite nice, but we'll see what happens. And for now, it's really just a matter of waiting. I mean, I could bring a blowtorch, which would make things faster, but then again, it's fine if we don't, which is what we're gonna do. Mainly because we get an extra medkit out of it, which is always nice, and we could do something with it. Where's the 4th unit? Right then, you know what, it's alright. Hi there, all of you. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna clear the units over there. Then we're gonna clear the new squads over here, which seems vaguely simple, but now that that's resolved, we can just go over here, clear everyone over there, flip this door outwards so the cyber doesn't experience too many issues, and I suppose if the flashbangs do all of the work, I suppose it'll work out just fine. So right now, hopefully Rose is gonna make it in there relatively soon, and we can get out of here relatively soon, which is quite simple. As long as there are at least 5 units over here, there aren't gonna be more units over here when we show up over here, which is the ideal situation, so that we don't die. And we're just gonna go over here and really start considering healing up, since we're a bit low right now, and it is still Glass Cannon, which might be great for shooting units, but it's not great when we experience a lot of CBRCs, which at this point might as well be guaranteed. So we're gonna start by not dying, and then we're just gonna be really paranoid, and that's gonna be a very viable strategy, which we're just gonna stick with. And I'm just gonna heal up right now, which is mainly because it seems like a good time to do so, and it definitely is. So hi there. But we're gonna take care of the units from far away over there, and well, essentially it's gonna be a bit of defending and hoping for the best, which finally allows Explosive Revenge to be slightly useful, in the sense that if we don't notice any units walking towards us for a bit, we might experience an entire squad being right over here, and when we shoot them, there's a very real chance that explosives drop, which is not great, because they're explosives, and ideally we don't leave this area, which it's not that great for us trying to stay alive when there are explosives underneath a pile of bodies that we can barely look through, which hi there. We're not doing that. And I suppose we could actually just use this medkit over here, which we're gonna heal up right now before things start really taking a turn for the worst, and that medkit is really tempting, but it's fine, we don't have to actually get it right now, since we're genuinely doing really well, all things considered, so hopefully it stays that way, because otherwise things are not gonna be great. And well, if I could keep hitting those sniper shots, that would be absolutely fantastic, which we somewhat are, but right now we seem to have some kind of break, so that's Glass Cannon summarized. we don't really actually have to hit our shots, we just have to fire some shots and hope for the best, which, for all intents and purposes, works out perfectly fine, which, one more unit, go on, there we go. Never mind that entire squad, but there are units up over there which we should very much be concerned about. That's not a medkit. And well, I suppose we could get it, but at this point, it's really not worth it. So we're just going to not get it, and maybe we'll get it later on, which might happen, might not happen. 3 more units, go on. 2 more units. Really? Alright then, 1 more unit. Right then, we're gonna run through here before the new unit starts showing up and causing some problems for us. Mainly because we're a bit low on FI7 ammunition, which would be quite helpful for not dying in this situation, which we're just gonna go over here. We're gonna breach this before anyone shows up, or at least hopefully before anyone shows up. And then we're gonna grab some ammunition, and then afterwards, hopefully, not die, which I'm just gonna follow behind Cyber and hope for the best, which is a perfectly viable strategy. And then we're gonna go through here, and so far we're still not gonna meet anyone, which is absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna try and keep it that way. Try and help Cyber out a bit, since we most definitely can, and we most definitely are capable of, but it's definitely important to not shoot Cyber, which, you know, might happen if things go terribly wrong. Or if things don't go terribly wrong, because that's the thing that's gonna make things go terribly wrong, which might be a bit of a complicated way of expressing it, but it certainly works. No, we're not doing that. Absolutely not. It's glass cannon, and even though we may have a lot of damage, it is absolutely terrifying, which, don't go for the medkit. Why? No, just, why? Right then, sure. Absolutely not. We're not. Rose, could you just walk a bit over there and just start shooting the units? That would be perfect. Great. I'm just gonna back off over. Terrifying, but alright, maybe right now is a great time to heal up. So we're just gonna do that, and then afterwards, subsequently. This is much more terrifying than it really should be. I mean, they're just shotgunners, but it's glass cannon, which is effectively less health, and 2 shotgunners, if the shots actually land, can end really badly. And that's... We don't actually... No, we're not doing this. Why are they all shotgunners? Can we just not do this for once? Would appreciate it a lot, but... Right then. We're relatively close to completing, so I'm just gonna heal up twice right now, since we likely won't need these medkits later on, so once the door opens, we're just gonna take advantage of the healing and get out of here before it stops, or hopefully get out of here before it stops, which... That's awfully close. So it's gonna open, we're gonna go through here, and then we're gonna go through here, and then we're gonna get out of here. And once we do get out of here, that's the daily challenge, and in just over 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Cheers everyone, have a great time.